Hey guys, it's your favorite Unc here. Go ahead and click that subscribe button below so you don't miss a single episode of Nightcap. That button right here. Come for the sports, stay for the stories. Ocho, probably the biggest thing on the internet tonight is what Nancy Lieberman said on Stephen A's podcast about Sheryl Swoopes. Let's take a listen to what Nancy, one of the great female women's players of all time, let's take a listen to what she had to say.
That said, Caitlin was, 25 years old. She was, 24 years old. She was a fifth-year senior. Right. She was taking 40 shots a game. Her records were illegitimate. And I got off the treadmill and I called her as a friend. And I said, you can say whatever you want. You can have your own opinion about anybody, but you do have to get the statistics right. I mean, facts matter. And if you just get ahead of this and just say, hey, I made a mistake on my numbers, then this thing is over and everybody respects you for your opinion. And, you might like Boston. I might like the Yankees. It's okay to have difference of opinions. Well, she got upset with me on the phone. And I was like, Sheryl, I'm not doing anything to hurt you. I'm just sharing. We're talking. And so our relationship it pretty much is not happening at this point. I tried to talk to her at the Final Four. Right. She didn't want to talk to me. My life's going to be good or great with or without Sheryl Swoopes in my life. I'd rather have her in it.
Oh, shoot. The fact that, there's one thing about women, they will sever a relationship quick behind any disagreement. Now, me and you, we can agree to disagree.
And we're going to do the show tomorrow.
And we're going to be straight. But the fact that the relationship was severed because there was a difference in opinion.
Wasn't that strong to begin with.
Despite the facts not being correct, basically what Miss Nancy was saying. But, that's unfortunate because there have been so many situations where this always happens when it comes to women. I hear these stories all the time. Just in this case, the topic has to be Sheryl Swoopes saying something about Caitlin Clark that's not factual.
Ocho.
And not wanting to take accountability as well, I'm assuming.
If the least thing can cause someone to distance themselves, the friendship was never legitimate or authentic anyway. There's no way.
To begin with. Right.
Someone gets off their treadmill and call me and say, well, Shannon, you misspoke about this. I do it all the time, Ocho. I have a lot of stuff. So I might get someone, they scored this many touchdowns, no, they had that many. Or they scored this many sacks. Or I might mispronounce someone. Or I might get a situation where the player is no longer on the team. A lot of times it's like, I will correct myself and say, guys, before we move on to the next subject, I misspoke. Such and such is no longer on that team, is on that team. He's here. Or I misspoke. He had this many touchdowns. He played this many years, so forth and so on. I'm trying to correct it.
Yeah.
Ocho, if somebody tries to correct me and I sever a relationship or I'm no longer on speaking terms, we never had a friendship to begin with. There's no possible way. And I don't get. See, this is what I'm having a hard time with, Ocho. Is because, and a lot of times what I've gotten, and I'm not going to talk because I've talked to some of these great legendary WNBA players, and they tell me, Shannon, don't forget about the old guard. When Magic and Bird, they say Magic and Bird saved the NBA. They didn't say nothing about Wilt, Kareem. They didn't say anything about Mr. Russell. They didn't say about Connie Hawkins, Elgin Baylor, Jerry West. I don't give her, look, whatever you might think, never in the history, and there have been some great players came in with this kind of fanfare. Candace Parker was tremendous. Rookie of the Year and MVP and a defensive player of the year. She's great. Maya Moore, Stewie. All of these women were more accomplished college players than Caitlin Clark. But there's a reason why you had a record watching the WNBA draft. There's a reason why the record attendance. There's a reason why jersey sales and ticket sales are up. Instead of trying to be dismissive of the role that she's playing and try to say, well, y'all not talking about come on. When we talk about Luka and Jokic and this one, they don't automatically go back and start, well, you remember what Bill Russell did? You remember what this would do? They don't do that, guys. Come on, women.
I have a question. Besides their stellar play in college, Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. Do you also think that everything is magnified and intensified as far as their popularity, especially as far as the game is concerned, because of social media?
Well, yeah, because they have a following. Yes, they come in with a following.
And exposure from social media as well. Okay.
For sure. Yes.
So the time's a little different when Candace Parker and some of those young ladies were coming out. I think if social media was at its height back then, I think they would have gotten the same type of love because they were just as polarizing and good at the game of basketball as well. So I think the timing for Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese is awesome during the social media era.
Yes. But Ocho, two things can be true. Those women were great. They were absolutely great, phenomenal. Caitlin Clark is a polarizing figure, and people gravitate towards her. That's right. That is absolutely that happened. It's okay.
Right.
Caitlin Clark's success doesn't diminish what Sheryl Swoopes accomplished. It doesn't diminish what Maya Moore, what Candace Parker, what Sheryl Swoopes, what Lauren Jackson, what Stewie, what Asia Wilson, whatever they have done before Caitlin Clark arrived. Caitlin Clark's arrival doesn't diminish anything that they've done. But the game is growing. And all these women, I'm glad that some of the women, I wish that a lot of the women could have been in it and benefited from it because they don't make nearly, I mean, I think the highest salary you can make is $250,000. Well, those women, the Sheryl Swoopes and the Candace Parkers, I don't think they were ever in line to make that kind of money.
Right.
And it's only going up from here. But I think the thing is, Ocho, the best part about what we do is that it's called Nightcap. It's over your head. It's directly to my right shoulder. It's to directly over your head. We get to talk about what we want to talk about. ESPN don't control this platform. We wanted to talk about the Olympics. We wanted to talk about track and field. We wanted to talk about what we want to talk about. What other podcast, what other network talked about it? Just because y'all say, y'all, ESPN don't tell me what to say. They don't tell me what to say on a first take. How they gonna tell me what to say on mine? This is mine. That's why I created it. Can't fire me from this. We own this. Y'all can't get because what happens is if you disagree with something somebody says, oh, he balked. Oh, he just talking. What I get? I don't get no checks. But see, this is what I don't get. You say something good about LeBron, you balk. But they talk about Kobe and Jordan all the time. So how many pair of shoes did Kobe send you? How many pair of shoes Jordan get you? So how many checks you getting for saying that Jordan's the GOAT, that Kobe's the GOAT? Oh, only LeBron is paying folks. Now, when I had Angel Reese's jacket on, when I spoke, Angel Reese, when I tweeted like, congratulations, Angel Reese, Bayou Barbie getting selected 7th overall. Oh, y'all ain't saying, Angel Reese ain't the only one getting drafted. Now, all of a sudden, I'm like, huh? So guess what? I'm going to keep talking. Oh, you don't never talk about Asia Wilson. Really, dude? Really?
And they
really?
I mean, it's people that watch clips and they don't watch the whole show.
No, that's people. Go ahead, Ocho.
If you watch the whole show, you would know that we talk about everybody, all the WNBA players that are playing well.
That's it.
We always do. Everyone gets their praise.
But a lot of times, Ocho, this is how it goes. There are a lot of guys in the NFL that play great. Mahomes, Lamar, most of the guys, it's the quarterbacks that gets the attention. In the NBA, there are a lot of players that go play great. It's Steph, LeBron, KD, and the big guns. It's not unique. Y'all make it seem like it's unique. There are a lot of founding fathers that built, because anytime something the NBA is 1947, if I'm not mistaken, so almost 80 years. Okay, now you got the NFL over 100 years old. Sure, MLB 150, damn near 150 years old. Yes.
Right.
They're a founding. There are people that built this. But how is it her fault when she was born? How is it her fault that fans love her? Have there been great players? Yes. Yes. There were great white players before Larry Bird. He just happened to be the best one. Now, when it's all said and done, Nikola Jokic might have something to say about that. Luka could have something to say about that. And that's okay. That's okay. But I don't get this, the old guard. All I'm saying is this. People wasn't phonetic. It wasn't buzzing. The WNBA, and people didn't talk about it like they do. Instead of being upset about it, I'm going to ride the wave. It might not even be my wave, Ocho. But hell, I'm out here on the surfboard. So hell, I'm going to ride it to the shore.
I'm going to ride it anyway.
But Nancy Lieberman, look, I love Sheryl Swoopes. I've met Sheryl Swoopes, had conversation with her a couple of times. Always been great to me. But I don't think Nancy said anything that's wrong. Sheryl, you just got, your facts are off. She didn't shoot this many times. She wasn't this and she wasn't that. Okay. You get upset because you said something that wasn't factually correct and somebody corrects you.
Right.
And now that's a ground that you're going to cut off communication.
Yeah. I mean, and also Miss Nancy could be exaggerating a little bit because what she considers friends, our people don't really consider friends. Oh, sweetie, you're an associate. You know what I mean? Sometimes it ain't really friends the way an individual thinks.
Yeah.
Like, you got my phone number. When I see you, it's cool. But thinking like we actually friends like that, come on now. Yeah, but so I understand.
But think about it. There's a lot of great players didn't get an opportunity to play in the WNBA. And when they came, you got to think about how old they were. When they got there, they were already in their late 20s or early 30s.
Right.
It's not like these women now coming out of college at 21 and 22. It was in their late 20s, early 30s.
Right.
Dang. Yeah. I get it. You know what it is, Ocho. You want me to let the elephant out the room?
Nah, don't do that. Leave the elephant in there.
You know what it is.
Yeah, leave the elephant in there. It's okay.
Most of the people in the WNBA look like us. And they say, why they don't get no praise? Why y'all wasn't talking about them? That's what it is. Let's be real. Let's be real with it now.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. It'd have been interesting if they had social media. What would have been said about Larry Bird? Because the large percent of the NBA was hey, remember
Black.
Isaiah? Isaiah said it. He caught flack. Said if Larry Bird was black, he'd just be another player. They thinking the same thing. If Caitlin Clark was black, she'd just be another player. Y'all wouldn't be hyping it up, Shannon. Shannon ain't got no money. Hey, Shannon ain't signed Caitlin Clark to no marketing deal. He ain't gave her no shoe deal. Y'all need to get mad at the advertisers and sponsors. Don't get mad at Shannon for telling y'all what's going on.
Yeah.
I keep it stacked with you, Ocho. I see. Yeah. I get it.
They ain't gonna like that one, boy.
Ocho. I could be mad at Joe Rogan and Pat McAfee and the Kelceys. Hell, look at the numbers we doing. Look at the views we doing. Da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me assemble my team. How do we get better? How do we reach different people?
Right.
How do we bring more people to watch Nightcap, to download Nightcap? What do we need to do? I'm not envious because it just tells me that there's money out there. Now I just need to find a way. My team and we put our heads together. We studied the trends. Where this thing is headed. This is what we do. I'd never be Pat McAfee. Once I saw that gave me hope. That gave me hope that I could do it. He did it.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. I'm gonna go, hey, let me do this. I already got one. Let's create something else. That's why I try to scour, try to find people that want to work hard. You're not gonna work hard. You're not gonna put the time in. I mean, I'm not gonna waste your time, and implement more important. I'm not gonna waste mine. But that's how.
Listen,
but that's
coming.
how I look at it, Ocho. There's money out there. Our job is for this team at Shay Media. You get paid. Okay. What's the idea?
It's coming now.
When we have a meeting, okay. Where do we need to go? What do we need to do? Who can we nurture? Who can we foster?
Mm-hmm.
But I've never been. I just guess I'm just wired differently, Ocho. I am.
Yeah.
Because that money out there with Rogan got and Alex Cooper, who's your daddy, the Kelsey, P Mac, okay, Dak Shepard.
Oh,
it's out there.
Oh, it's coming.
Yes, I ain't like, oh,
it's coming.
Oh, look at them. What they got in common, Ocho? Ain't bad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get it.
It's coming.
I'm gonna get it. It's out there. I know it is.